Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about adult abuse and child abuse from people presented in this particular video, where not just the person who is laughing in the background in this video has tendency for child and adult abuse, but there are people who have replied to the comments on this video when I posted a comment that this toy that they played a prank with is hazardous to kids because there are many mentally, socially, and emotionally challenged people in the world who do not understand what is appropriate human behavior, what is inappropriate human behavior, what is human behavior of enjoying something fun at the expense of being cruel to someone else. And this video is a very small glimpse of that cruelty. But if these kind of personalities and people continue to think that there's nothing wrong in this video with the two people who were laughing in the background, and if they fail to recognize when someone like me or many other people who supported my comments agree with the fact that this is a hazardous children's toy, and that is also a lesson you have to get from this video apart from simply laughing at a prank. If you don't evolve, then unless you are a 10-year-old child or a teenager, you have something mentally, socially, and emotionally challenged in your personality. You have some antisocial personality behavioral traits in you, and definitely the psychotic kind of laughter that the one of the females is showing in the background shows that that person is definitely someone incapable and incompetent to actually take care both of a child or an adult. And why am I making this video? People might wonder, like how many people are wondering what is wrong with me when I am saying that this is a hazardous children's toy. Many people commented, do you see a child in the video? I do not see a child, but the person who is laughing in the background, this man, let's assume he is a 40, 50, 60-year-old man. The person who played this joke on him is likely his daughter or his wife or his sister who is younger to him, because the laughter shows that it's a younger person, and that person could be from the man's age, could potentially be anywhere between 20 to 50 years old as well. And such a person, sometimes if you are a 20-year-old, you have the potential to become a mother. If you are a 50-year-old wife or a sister, you have the potential to be a grandmother. So after you saw this toy and someone played this prank on you, and you might have found it very funny, or you saw this toy as a very great thing to play a prank on anyone who comes in front of you, you thought it's a very funny thing to do. But if you are going to be a potential mother or grandmother, or ever going to babysit someone else's kids because you are related to them as their aunt or grand aunt or whatever, which looking at this video it looks like some Asian or some country where people of dark skin exist. It could be even America, but most probably based on the laughter track and based on the skin color of the dad, I'm assuming he's a Asian or someone from Oceania, right? He could be from some other developed country as well, because there's this big screen TV, which could be that they are of Asian heritage or African heritage, but the family lives in some westernized continent, possibly. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But what actually matters, these are all something you can pick up as clues from just this simple one video. If you're intelligent enough, if you are compassionate enough, if you're observant enough, these are the traits you will pick up from these, knowing about globalization and the world. But what people need to pick up from here, which many people fail to pick up because they have not been raised right, they do not have empathy, they have not developed empathetic skills, they have not developed understanding pain of another human being at the expense of their own fun, which is a mental illness or a social illness if you continue to do that to someone. So this dad, he was not enjoying picking up the toys. It's a fun thing if it was like, say, maybe if he was physically fit, he might have enjoyed it and he would have genuinely laughed. But if you look at his smile after the end of the whole prank was played, he was really not smiling genuinely. So he was feeling actually abused in a very mild way. He was not feeling so exaggeratingly abused, because this is not a very overt abuse. No one is hitting him. But is someone still hitting him? Yes, they are. They are hitting his intelligence, they are hitting his physical health problem, because he was showing in this video when he's picking up the toys and trying to bend and kept on picking the small toy. When he was doing that, his back and his whole body language showed that he was in pain. And at the end of the video, I heard him say something like my back or something. So I feel he was also trying to explain to them that his back got hurt while he was trying to continue this prank. Now, the reason why I am ascribing the people who were laughing in the background as abusive towards him, and which is how elder abuse transpires in people's lives, which is how spousal abuse and family abuse transpires in people's lives, is in this way. And it's not abuse. If it is not abuse, it's callousness, it's inhumanity, it's cruelty that transpires in certain people's lives. And if they are nice people like this dad, he's just smiling and he's seeing his daughter or sister or wife, whoever is laughing in the background when they are laughing at him, he's okay with them making a joke at his expense. That's why he's also trying to laugh along. But he's still in pain in the background. That's why he can't smile genuinely. Because if he was a physically fit person, he was not having any health issue. This is a simple prank, just lifting it. No problem. If I was there as a 40-year-old and I am physically fit, and if this prank happens in front of me, some similar pranks like this have been played on me when I was a 30-year-old with an ex-boyfriend who would pull such pranks on me, and I would laugh at it, because there's nothing wrong in being pranked at if it is harmless prank. But there is something wrong when, while you are pulling even a seemingly harmless prank based on your social status, socioeconomic status, familial status with someone, if you are not observing at the expense of your prank what you are doing to another human being. The same prank, if this mother and daughter or sister and daughter, some two females are laughing in the background, so we don't know who they are. Let's assume they are either mother and daughter or sister and daughter who are playing this prank. They could be even two daughters. But whatever the reason, one of them was really laughing psychotically, so they do need to be checked up for some mental illness for sure. And if they don't check up, this woman, when this guy gets ill, when he gets admitted to a hospital because of the physical health issues that he's facing, that people are ignoring in his life, he has been having chronic abuse in his life. That's why he gets to smile that sad smile. People don't smile that sad smile if they were caretaken by their family constantly or repeatedly or long term by many people in their family. So he definitely doesn't get caretaken. I have observed that also in my comments. But these are the things people need to understand from a simple video, than simply think that, oh, it's a video about prank and what is wrong with you, when you are observing other things. Who can observe the other things? Those who are not at the prank level of life. I'm not a 20-year-old, I am a 40-year-old facing health issues, so I am going to observe health issues. I have had a family who have babies in their life, and that woman also has the capacity to have a baby in her life. But if she thinks it's really fun to continue playing this prank for 10 years without check, someone has to check her and at least give her a warning that, this is a potential threat to a child you may have in the future. If she doesn't understand that from my comments, when will she understand? Because she didn't understand it from her own enjoyment of laughing at her father. She's not even understanding the pain of father or brother or husband, whoever she's playing this prank on. She's not seeing only that he's having back pain. That simple thing she's incapable of observing. So does she have a mental or social illness where she will not observe when her child is crying after stepping on such a toy? She will still continue laughing. She'll play this prank on a 5-year-old child and not realize that such pranks can't be played on neither on a 5-year-old person nor on a 50-year-old person, because a 5-year-old or a 2-year-old child or a 5-month-old child might easily get hurt by this toy, might pick up and eat this toy and then have some choking hazard, or a 50-year-old person with physical health issues might have problems problem playing this prank. If she was really thoughtful and careful, she could have placed this toy even on the table where the TV was, right? She could have played that prank if she had observed, even because what I'm observing in this 5 seconds or whatever seconds of this video, that he's having a back problem when he's bending down. It is not possible that he never has shown these symptoms of back problems and health issues prior to this video getting recorded. Him being because his body and the way in which his body is moving shows that this is a chronic problem he has been suffering for a while. But unfortunately, in his family, no one observes the physical decline of his, and because no one is observing that there is a physical decline happening, they are careless enough to play this prank on the floor and the carpet, when they could have very easily played the prank on the table or the bed. Because you could have kept so can you see why this is a mental health problem, social problem, emotional abuse related problem? Because when given 3 choices, how is your brain only thinking of playing this prank on the floor for a 50-year-old man? If you're playing, I understand if you play this for a 5-year-old kid or 10-year-old kid for whom the floor is a easy space to play, should you first play it for a 5-year-old or younger child? No. If you're playing this prank on a 10-12-year-old child, understood, they are half our human size, so placing this on the floor might still make sense. But more than doing it on the floor, if you were really mindful, really thoughtful, really a person who cares about your own home also, because while playing this prank, and I'm telling you, people will think this is overthinking, but this is not overthinking. This is how women's brain works, and a woman's brain should work. If she is a mom, if she is a caretaker, if she is a concerning, caring human being, if it is not even a woman, if a man was also playing this prank, and you are a thoughtfulness oriented person, if you are a balanced and aligned human being, you will play this prank in as safer environment as possible. But if you are immature, if you are an imbecile, if you are mentally ill, if you are socially ill, if you are uncaring and careless and callous about other people's comfort, you will do this prank on the carpet. And this woman, I can guarantee tell you, she didn't pick up this, she had her fun and she went away. She possibly has that kind of mental illness, that, and if not her, some of the people who are commenting to me, if they do this prank in their family, they are that level callous and immature. Because this is the trajectory of people like this. They'll pull a prank, they'll buy garbage products for their family just for the sake of their fun, and then they will keep it scattered around the house with no care if someone walks on this and gets their foot injured, or a child topples on it, or an adult who is having pain issues topples on it. If this was America and someone does this to someone, in America at least, there is a restitution that if you fall and break your hips by slipping on the floor on such toys, someone will at least sue you. In a country like America, you have at least restitution like that. Because why are Americans doing such kind of lawsuits? Because this is nuisanceable to continue existing with humans who do not understand safety and unsafety, or who have no care and consideration for anyone else except their own fun. That's why if someone now walks into this room, and this is happening in a country like America, they play a prank like this on someone, and this woman or her siblings do not clean away the toys. They don't remember there are 10 toys or whatever number of toys that are involved in it, and one toy is lying around in the corner. And after seeing this video, if that person slips and falls in their house, should that person sue them, or should that person be happy that their back got broken? Or if for their enjoyment, if their already deteriorating back now got further injured, should they be held accountable for paying for their back issues or not? Because people who have back pain, they will either verbally tell you that they have back pain, which this dad has done. They will also, not just that day he is saying it, I'm sure he has told about his back pain many days before this prank was played. But if you have callous, mentally ill, socially ill, cruel people in your life, people who just think about themselves and nothing else, or for the whom just fun is more important than anything else at the expense of that fun, those people are going to be like this, like the commenters who are commenting on me, do you see a child? I don't see a child, but does that woman, being a woman, does she have the potential to have a child in her home? So even if that day she doesn't realize, and if not her, there are hundred of so many viewers saw this video. If all of those people, out of those many people, who 10,000 plus people have seen this video, because there is one list of comment where 10,000 people have commented, so minimum 10,000 people have seen this video. There are multiple likes also, so that many people have seen this video, of which 10,000 have taken the time to comment on how fun it is. But all of these people who are finding it fun, who are liking the prank, if out of them even 10% don't realize, or 100% don't realize how dangerous it is to the kids, is my comment that irrelevant? If you don't realize that it is dangerous to kids, that as a man, woman, child, when you're doing this prank in your home, if you are irresponsible, you can be held accountable for the callousness, depending on what callousness and cruelty and abuse you were indulging in. Is there a day when you will be held accountable for it by someone? If someone, decides to play this prank on the sidewalk, that I'm going to, every friend of mine who plays with me today in my backyard, we are going to prank all 5 friends of mine, or they decide to do this at a birthday party of a kid, and 100 kids are there. Out of them, if any of those kids follow it, any of those kids slip on this, should they be held accountable for being idiots, or should they be commended for making a 10,000 people liking this video, 10,000 plus people, 1 lakh plus people liking this video? What is more important? Are your likes? Is your fun? Is your ability to draw social media attention more important than the health of a human being who fell down, health of a human being who's telling they have a back problem, and even despite you recording it, you're not registering, not only you but other people like you are not registering that this man is in pain, and a potential child could be in pain if this thought doesn't arise in your head that this is a hazardous prank to play on someone. And as a result of this hazardous prank, if you only slip on this, then you are a callous, stupid person, and you decide and you play this prank and you forget to take away all the toys, and one day you slip on it and fall down. Now, should people come and help you for your foolishness? She could also fall down, slip and fall down one day while playing this prank again and again on other people, because her psychotic laughter shows, and the fact that she has got garnered so many views and likes means that she has now been enabled and encouraged to pull this prank on multiple other people, and she may continue to pull this prank on multiple people and continue to have fun from this prank. But her or anyone else who enjoyed this prank might decide to go and buy this tie, and there could be a butterfly effect of these 10,000 plus people wanting to pull this prank in their life. Now imagine the 10,000 plus people who are going to have falls, accidents, kids choking from this, people who have back problems escalating their back problems, people slipping on this and breaking their backs and bones. Are you going to pay for everyone's injury? The toy manufacturer also, if the toy manufacturer also doesn't see my comment and continues to produce this toy, is it necessary one day for that toy manufacturer to go bankrupt from the lawsuits that are going to happen to them as a result of making such a stupid toy? Enjoyment is not always the thing that should drive people to create something. The enjoyment is not always that should drive people to propagate something that has some harm, very evident harm and very, very blatant harm presented in a video. Even if other people are enjoying, you shouldn't be that mentally and socially ill that all you could see from this video is people enjoying this prank. And if you are unable to observe the other associated things related to this prank, there's something really mentally, emotionally and socially wrong with you if you are in denial of the consequences of such pranks. And this is a very minor level prank, but like this there are many stupid, imbecile, immature guys who do these kind of things. They'll go and slide in snow, put themselves in danger for the sake of fun, and after they break their backs and have some serious grievous injury, if parents of some of the children who got into these injuries go and sue those bullies who are mentally ill people who think this is a fun idea to pursue, should those people be sued, or should those people be you just let them get away with their imbecile pranks all the time? You decide. And if you are the people who are at the receiving end of such pranks all the time, where nothing related to your health is observed, nothing related to your care is observed, because I definitely tell you, if this dad's family had cared about him, I'm assuming he's a dad, and his daughter had really I think they have mentioned dad somewhere in the video caption also. So he's one of the person who's laughing, he's one of their dads. So if they really care about their dad, they're so stupid, they don't even care that one day if her dad's back problems get worse and he goes into an operation theater and he dies, and people might think I am just catastrophizing, but that is not a catastrophizing. His whole physical physiognomy actually shows he's in very bad health from many things, including his skin color, his body language, the way he is moving his body. Because skin color, even if you're dark skinned or light skinned, there is a certain skin tone that shows how bad your health is. Your skin is our most absorptive organ, and if our skin has absorbed enough toxins in our environment that it has led to some damages in our skin and our body also, then that skin health also shows actually how good a health you are having or how poor a health you are having. So this dad's skin is showing how poor a health he is having, his body movements are showing how poor a health is having, his own words are saying one of the issues that he is having, his smile is saying the other issue he is having. And he has 5 levels of health problems: physical health problem from skin being damaged from toxins used in the home environment by his spouse. So even if the doctor now gives a report that this dad is having a skin issue and certain chemicals shouldn't be used, the psychotic female who's laughing, she is that mentally ill that she is going to be continuing to use the chemicals that the doctor also says shouldn't be used. And I live with such mentally ill people. That's why I'm making this video, because I am pissed off. I have had it with the level of abuse that this propagates in someone's life, that even when doctors tell you do not use XYZ things, people are that mentally ill who will do it. Even if some random stranger tells you and warns you, there are mentally ill people who think the random stranger's warning is ill-intentioned, or they are seeing something that is not present. I'm not seeing something that is not present. I'm seeing the most likely outcome of any of this woman. If she marries now 5 years down the line, or if she already has a kid, that kid also, God knows how much level of abuse that kid is going through. That psychotically laughing woman's kid is definitely going to have a bad life. And if this woman doesn't learn, other psychotic and stupid people don't learn, like that level psychotic and stupid and immature or imbecile or callous or cruel, like these are the labels you can put on them depending on how much stupidity and how much lack of concern and clarity about what I'm speaking makes them reply back that I am a Karen. Am I a Karen, or are they the Karens? Imbeciles who don't understand how to behave in the world, who need a reason to laugh. Karen, in Hindi, Karen, if you twist the word, it is Karan. Karan means reason. They have lost their reasoning. That's why if someone is giving them some logical reasons, pointing to something logical about human health and human safety and human security and human emotions that need to be also observed from this video, if none of these things are arising in your brain and you think the person who is observing this is a problem, you have lost all Karan and reasoning in your brains. You are the Karen. Those people who laugh at Karens who are shouting, and sometimes for something that needs to be shouted at, because I've watched many Karen videos where many people have commented on those videos that this person is a Karen, that person is a Karen. Not always. Some of those people who were actually shouting about something that needs to change were doing the right thing. Even then, people are bullying them, thinking that they can bully anyone just because someone is shouting. Why is someone shouting? There are some cases where someone needs to shout. This dad, if he was not this mild dad, not this easily malleable dad, he would have given a tight slap to that daughter. Those kind of dads also exist in the world. She's lucky that she doesn't have that daughter, or is she unlucky? She's actually unlucky because her psychotic laughter is not ending, her sociopathy is not ending, and all the other people who are equally sociopathic like her don't even recognize sociopathy or psychotism in the laughter of this girl. They don't recognize the pain in this father's face. They don't recognize the pain in his back when he is repeatedly picking up. They don't recognize, and I am recognizing as a stranger. 600 other people who have liked my comments are recognizing as strangers, but then also there are 10,000 plus people who don't recognize it. So who is, just because 600 number of people is lower in number than 10,000 people, does that mean those 600 people are the Karens, or are they the caring people? That's why their Karen also could be a person who is caring, not someone who is just asking why are you doing this or I need this, but they are asking it because that is part of someone's job, basic bare minimum breadcrumbs of someone's job that someone was not doing. Some of those people who are categorized as, because I've seen a Karen video where there was this lady, yeah, she was a little fat lady, but obese lady, and I have no problem using the word fat because I consider myself also fat. So now if people think I'm fat shaming someone, I'm not fat shaming someone. So that obese lady, and I have had overweight issues. I am currently also got fat in many parts of my body, which makes me look fat in pictures or other videos. So I have no problem about describing a person as a fat as a adjective form. This obese lady was obese or overweight lady, because I don't know her BMI, but she was asking someone at a, so she bought some $5 nachos or something. She didn't get the appropriate number of cheese that she was asking, that they usually serve her, so she asked for it. And why shouldn't she ask for it? What if she's a minimal wage worker? For her, that $5 nacho cheese that she's getting that day from that place is the only food that she will eat for the rest of the day. For her, getting that extra bit of cheese, getting that extra bit of tomatoes, getting whatever her other experiences at this place gets her for as food is necessary, because her body needs food. Being overweight, when you are overweight versus when you are a thinner person, the amount of calories your body needs to sustain even your particular weight is, there is a appropriate amount that is needed by the body to not feel hungry and to not go into health problems. So for her, that day that she spends $5 for a person who is a multimillionaire, yeah, she may seem like a Karen, but is she really a Karen? Or if she was, she really needing someone to be caring enough about her to give the appropriate bare minimum amount that that place serves usually to people? Right? So she was not being a Karen, but despite that, there are so many people abusing her, fat shaming her, or making fun of her when she did nothing to actually realistically be fat shamed or be bullied online about a simple thing that for her it means a lot, that in that $5 if she can get a good nutritious, it's not absolutely high level nutritious, but for a poor minimum wage worker, that is the maximum level of nutrition they can afford. That is the maximum place where they can get a bang for their buck. That's why she is protesting about it. And yeah, maybe she didn't ask it politely, but do you know the life she has led, that for her to even ask politely a request, what day she had, how many years of bad uncaring people in her life she has had in order to be overweight like that, in order to have a life where she is overweight like that, because there is no one who has cared for her enough. So if she protests after 40-50 years of no one having really cared for her, and just in one video she's asking for a little bit more of whatever she usually gets from there, it's not that it was not a normal. She likely frequents that place once a week or once a month to get a little bit of filling food. I'm pretty sure that was her case. People may not understand it because people have not led her life. But even if you don't lead someone else's life, if you don't even understand the grief someone is having for or from the anger that is stemming from that grief, because anger doesn't always happen just as an angry response. Anger can happen from a grief that you have in your heart, in your life circumstances, that also causes sometimes people to be angry. So, and she wasn't that irrational, she wasn't that angry, she was just being a normal person who wants to stretch the $5 she spends on these nachos. So people have to understand more than simply laughing at someone at a superficial level or categorizing them Karen. Now, this in the same woman's case, if there was an ultra rich person who's a millionaire, if a millionaire goes and asks, like, give me $5 worth of nachos that you always serve to everyone, that person is a Karen for whom they could eat $500 nachos also. They are able to afford that $500 nachos. They don't need to go and eat a $5 nacho and complain about a $5 nacho, or complain about the amount of things that are being served to them for $5. But for a poor person, it matters. So people need to start understanding this, distinguishing this. Otherwise, you are supporting abuse, enabling abuse, not understanding what are the reasons for abuse existing in someone else's life. That dad, there is abuse existing in his life. A level of abuse where if he gets hospitalized, then also the care he will get will be this callous level care. That if he wants to move and need help going to the bathroom, the daughter will be busy having fun with her friends than coming in the home and actually providing him meaningful help to go to the bathroom after a surgery. If the doctor says that for surgical purposes or healing purposes, these chemicals and these things shouldn't be present in the home, if these people are that level mentally ill, if because that chemical is not harming them, they don't realize it cannot harm other people, because that is what the commentators who said there is no baby indicates, or who are like wondering that is a good thing that he's a 40-year-old man. Yeah, he may be a
40-50-year-old man, but when a 40-50-year-old man is going through a health crisis, he needs supportive family. He can't take care of your health. And those people who are writing all these stupid comments are those level people who think that when you fall sick, you will not need help from other people, you will not need care from other people, and if he is going to fall sick and his family doesn't get cautious about it, that he will need some extra care taking, they are abusive then about him. That abuse, it's a level of abuse that will not get reported, because it's not going to be it can only get reported if for years and years repeatedly, whenever he is falling sick, if he doesn't get treated, and if he wants to report the abuse, then only that abuse will get reported. And after that also, none of these psychotic people will get arrested also for being this callous, this cruel, this fun loving at the expense of someone else's pain. So, but these are the level of humanity that exists. Then every single human being who thinks there's something wrong when someone comments that there is a danger and harm and something wrong with this man that needs to be treated, and they don't realize this about this, they are enabling abuse of someone in their life. Definitely, for sure, 100%, they are abusers, they are sociopaths, they are antisocial personality. They like to add to someone else's pain than detract from it, which makes them antisocial or factitious behavior related person, factitious disorder behavior related person. And what level they are, whether they are just simply callous and immature, whether they are abusive, whether they are toxic, whether they are repeatedly ignoring someone else's needs, whether they are repeatedly only thinking about themselves and are selfish and narcissistic, whether they are continuously actually abusing someone else whenever someone else falls sick, they don't care about what level of care and caretaking that needs to happen for them, whether they also add to the burden of someone, because this video actually shows that they are adding to the burden of this dad. They have been callous and cruel about not observing he has back issues, even if he has mentioned he has back issues. After this video also, if I mention even if many people in the comments have mentioned or liked those comments which mention about his back issues, even after that they never address his back issues, and one fine day he keels over and dies, or one fine day he keels over and gets severely hospitalized for months and months. Who is going to take care of this mentally ill person whose dad has enabled giving her money to buy all this frivolous gift? This is where his money is going. His family buying gifts and for their own entertainment and fun, but not capable of observing that they are capable of buying this big TV, they are capable of buying this fancy furniture in the bedroom, but they are capable of buying a fancy gadget to record this video, get 10 million views. They are all capable of doing all these different things, but they are not capable of even observing 5 seconds of pain in his eyes, 5 seconds of distress his body is showing, many years and decades of distress his skin is showing from the crappy products that the wife likely buys for her husband to use daily. Or the wife and the daughter, because this callous level daughter also has a callous level mother also for sure. So if people think if someone commenting that he's not been caretaken, and people think that he is an adult so he can caretake himself, no, he can't, because he has been spending years and years of his life taking care of the finances of this family. He has been spending years and years of his life giving these women whatever they want, to buy frivolous toy, to expensive TV, to expensive phones, but in return he has got nothing back that a wife and a daughter and mentally ill and stable and caring wife and daughter should provide to him. They're not providing it to him, and it is up to him whether he should complain about the abuse or not complain about the abuse. There are other people who may complain when they have these kind of wives, and they might want to leave these kinds of wives. So this video is not simply about this uncle, this video is also about other men who are in these kind of relationships. It's high time they realize that if you want true love and care in your relationship, you have to marry someone who is worthy of giving you true love and care. If you sit and marry someone who gives you fun and frolic and games, even when you are at the sickest point of your life, that is all that they can provide you. It is up to you, your choice. What you choose stays with you. What you don't choose or say no to, then only that can go away from you for in order for something better or someone better to arrive in your life. So I hope this made sense, and if you have any comments, drop a comment. Thank you.